man. Looks like you guys deserved the win, and it felt like a playoff game out there.
Yeah, it did. I appreciate you saying that. It really did feel like a playoff game, and we were just talking about that in the room, how many chances we had, especially in the third period. Overtime with the power play, hit the knob of the goalie's stick a couple of times, hit a couple posts, a couple trickled across the line. So that was the message in the room. Be proud of that effort. Sometimes the puck just doesn't find that extra inch across the line, and in the playoffs you've got to bounce back from that right away and go in the next game.
Any evaluation on Ralph Jarrett's condition?
No, I haven't spoken to the trainers, and I don't think it's serious, but I can't comment for sure because I haven't spoken to him.
Fourth in a row, you guys have split this back-to-back here home against Tri-City. Tactically, how do you approach a back-to-back? Do you have to change your approach in both games? And how hard is it to really come out with 2 wins on a back-to-back against a team like Tri-City?
First part of the question is it's a little bit like halftime in football. You fundamentally want to stick to your game plan as much as possible, but there are little tweaks here and there based on what the other team's presenting that you want to try to take advantage of or defend. And there are usually areas that you think you can maybe improve yourself just fundamentally. So that's the first thing. Second thing is it's really hard. There's so much parity in the league, and the games are always so close, as we saw tonight and last game as well. So to win 2 in a row is really difficult, and if you can do that, you put in a solid effort. We feel we put ourselves in position to do that, but anything can happen in a shootout.
And you mentioned the shootout there. How do you go about choosing the skaters? Is it as simple as picking the top 3 scorers, or how do you go about it?
No, it's specific to shootouts. So we do it in practice. We keep track of what happens in games, and we've got a pretty decent idea of who gives us our best chance. And Igor put a great move on. He just lost the handle. I thought it was a goal. DJ, great goal, and then Donnie made a good move as well. But you have to give Tri-City's shooters, some credit because those were 2 nice goals by them.
Talk about Tanner Sidaway. He looked like a first liner tonight. He's really handling the puck quite well.
He is. He's been working really hard on that in practice and with the assistant coaches every day, before practice, after practice, including the drills in practice as well. He's an underrated player in that way, in my opinion. He's very good defensively, of course. He's physical, energetic, sticks up for his teammates, but he can also make plays, and we've seen that with some of the goals and assists lately.
Now having a look ahead to Tuesday, you guys got a back-to-back again coming up against Seattle here. How are you guys approaching that game, and what's the mantra heading into it?
It really has that playoff feel, going back to the feeling from tonight. If you think about it, you might play a Friday, Saturday at home, and then games 3 and 4 could be Tuesday, Wednesday as an example. It would be on the road, that's the only difference, but it has that same playoff feeling of back-to-back, rest, and then back-to-back again. So that's how we're going to try to prepare.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Scott, a little bit of a playoff type atmosphere out there tonight, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, looking across the ice tonight, they're a good team. They're going to be a playoff team. Matching up against them last year, it definitely feels like a lot like a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah, you looking at the game, when you outshot them by 10, looked like you guys deserved the win. Just a couple pucks weren't bouncing your way. Is that how it felt for you guys?
Yes, but sometimes. But I mean, pucks didn't bounce their way either. So it's a game of hockey. It's like a playoff feel. Sometimes it happens, and it's big for us now to get ready for Tuesday. It's like playoffs. It's like game 1 and 2 on Friday, Saturday, and you get ready for 2 playoff games Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's important for us to just not get too high or too low, and get ready for the next game.
With Ralph Jarrett limping off there, what do you substitute for him, and what kind of advice do you give to the younger guys?
Ralph is one of those guys that you really can't replace out there. So you really got to make sure that when he's out, that everyone else is picking up a bit of slack. So we're confident with the guys that we have in the room, and everyone knows what they have to do. But he's a phenomenal player, and we missed him tonight. But everyone in the room is ready to step up because we're brothers in that room. So whenever someone goes down, we're ready to step up.
Dan mentioned it, and then you mentioned here is that kind of theme of the playoffs. Is that how you guys are approaching these back-to-backs and just games in general, is with a playoff mentality?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime that you're playing a playoff team, and when you're, I think we're 20 games away from playoffs, so anytime that you're that close to playoffs, you have to make sure that you're getting ready and you're doing everything that you can, and you're starting to peak at the right time. So the effort tonight was phenomenal, but we just got to finish it from that place.
Now another back-to-back coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, this time against Seattle. Approaching it again with that same playoff type feel as let's go in and win game 1 and 2 here.
Definitely. Seattle's a good team. They're a hard team to play against. They're a big team. They're physical. So this is a playoff feel for us. We're ready to play Tuesday, Wednesday, and I mean, they won the league a couple of years ago, so they got a lot of playoff experience in them. So it's going to be a good test for us.
Thank you. Tanner, looks like a playoff game out there. Looks like you guys had the edge and perhaps deserved the win. Your assessment?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a playoff atmosphere out there. Playoff games, they go by inches. You know, it could go one way, it could go the other. We had a lot of chances there. Pucks were bouncing. They had a lot of chances. So it's just the way it goes sometimes. But you know, it's definitely fun hockey. Yeah.
Now, one thing that's kind of been a theme here, just in these quick interviews with that Scott said and Dan said, is this theme of playoffs. Is that how your team's approaching these games? Is these back-to-backs, as we got to win these just games 1 and 2? Is that how the playoffs will be like?
Yeah, you know, you just worry about the game at hand, and you move forward after that, whether it's a win or a loss. You can't dwell on negatives, and you can't get super high on positives. You gotta keep a cool mind, and you just gotta worry about what's in front of you, and that's, you know, we gotta put these games behind us and worry about Seattle now.
Now with Ralph Jarrett going down on the back end, how do you get those defensive guys to step up and fill that void that he's such a big presence on the back end?
You know, like obviously he's a great player, unbelievable, but we have such a close-knit group here that we can rely on our younger guys and our newer guys that probably haven't been getting ice here, that we know the systems, we're going to help each other, and they're going to step up, and I know that they're going to fill that gap very nicely.
Now with this game going to a shootout, you get an opportunity to shoot yourself, but what's your go-to shootout?
Probably around the world, forehand, backhand, top shot.
Now looking ahead Tuesday, Wednesday, you guys got 2 games coming up against Seattle, another back-to-back. What's the mentality going into that game? Is it another playoff-type atmosphere?
Definitely, yeah. Especially after the last game when we were down there and they took that game from us. This is going to be a really high-tempered game, I believe, and it's going to be very physical, very fast, and we're going to want, I think, a lot more of that.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl tomorrow?
Gotta go with Brady and the Pats. Yeah.
There we
Not a huge football fan, but I watched some of it, and I just think that they got it in the bag.
Thanks.
No worries.